And ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Universe Mode. We're
Ooh.
starting off with a
Post-Backlash.
post-Backlash Money in the Bank qualifier, because that's our next pay-per-view,
Ooh, money in the bank.
which I'm pretty hyped about. We got 2 Money in the Bank qualifiers tonight on Raw. The first is Brady from the Primetime Players. Take it on none other than Johnny Wrestling, who just had a great match with Grayson Waller, by the way.
Oh, yeah.
That's Stand and Deliver.
Stand and deliver.
As much as I love Johnny, wrong guy won. Wrong guy won.
Wow.
I
One time Johnny Gargano actually wins. He says Johnny Gargano.
I only say it because, like, Waller's like an NXT guy. I think he should be the next NXT champion.
I could see him becoming it. Like, the crowd was solidly behind Melo last night.
Oh,
Not
yeah.
last night, but at Stand and Deliver. Well, technically last night, yeah.
Yeah, it was a great show. I do miss Rebel Heart every time Johnny makes his entrance, and so I'm so happy that it's in this game.
Understandable. So, yeah. The last time it'll be in a game.
Yeah. Which is a shame. It's such a good song. Like, I don't necessarily hate the current theme. It's just not as good. It's the same lyrics. It's just much worse.
Yeah, it's... I don't know. They went more
Brainbuster.
alternative pop with it, and it's...
Yeah. It's because they didn't want to pay CFO.
But I feel like they just could have got another like female like lead singer.
You know what they should have done? They should have just paid Haley Williams to do it, because that's who it was supposed to sound like, the original. Just go all out, hire Paramore to make Rebel Heart.
That's a lot of money.
You know what? I don't think it would be as much money as people think.
I mean, to just sing, because I mean they would have to license the song unless like Paramore just made a whole nother song for them.
Well, that's what I'm.
Yeah.
Well, they want to. If they have to license Rebel Heart, or if they don't have to license Rebel Heart right now, given that the new song is literally the exact same lyrics and has a very similar beat, then I
mean, but I feel like they changed the beat just enough.
I'm sure Paramore could too, but it'd be better than what we have now.
It'd be better
because Haley Williams is queen. I fucking love that woman.
Johnny, I was gonna say Johnny pulling Brady over the road.
Really is. Brady getting that work.
Wow, Johnny proving why he is Johnny Wrestling.
Absolutely, of course, Johnny. Not part of the Briscoe Memorial Tag Tournament. Brady went into those finals, that ladder match.
Yeah, the ladder match, that was crazy. I did see Judgment Day come out as your new tag champs.
Which was an interesting development. I was not expecting that. We saw a lot of big moments during that too.
Oh, dude, Buster on the outside.
Forgot to tell Brady that. Hold on.
Bless you.
I hate allergies.
Yeah, allergies is the worst. Johnny slingshotting in. Another dude buster.
Oh. There we go.
Who do you think gets... Well, since we're recording before night 2 of WrestleMania, who do you think gets really cool entrances?
Roman.
Oh yeah,
Cody.
Well, I mean that's given. I think main.
Yeah.
I think. I'm trying to think of the other matches. Well, Finn's
gonna get a sick one. I think Edge will get a cool one.
I think Edge is gonna get a brew because that's Hell in the Cell.
I think Gangrel's gonna be a part of it.
I think.
I think
Omos might get a.
I can see Omos getting an interesting one. There's rumor that they were trying to get Christian to be a part of the Brood entrance.
That would be cool.
It'd be cool, but man, it would. Oh, Devil Inside. It would hurt as a Christian fan from the perspective of, man, WWE still just sees him as Edge's sidekick. I mean, so in my opinion, and I know this is potentially a hot take.
Oh, but we get a
primetime
driver.
I think Christian's better than Edge. I know that's a hot take, but
that's an extreme hot take. I have massive respect for Christian. Like, Christian is great, and I won't doubt his great. I will not, as you do sometimes, call him a Genetti of any group. Christian is his own man of his own accord.
He's way better than. I think he's almost as many time world champion as Edge. So I don't know if we can call him a Genetti.
No, I said I wouldn't
Well,
call him.
I'm saying like I don't think anybody could.
Actually, we should Google because I want to say Christian is what, maybe like a 4 or 5 time. Edge
He's a
is
4
like
or 5
6.
time. Yeah, so Christian's a 2-time world heavyweight champion.
Yeah, 2-time world heavyweight.
I believe a 2-time NWA world's heavyweight champion and the Impact world champion, which does
I know he
count
was
as a world champion.
I know he was Impact world champion. Wasn't really too knowledgeable on him in NWA.
Well, NWA was his original TNA run.
Okay. When he was Christian Cage. But then we're talking about WWE championships. Like Edge.
If we're just talking WWE, Christian's a 2-time world champion.
5.
Well, that's counting the
ECW.
No, it might be counting the ECW, but it's counting the TNA, which is considered by WWE. It's actually classified as a world championship because it's the same lineage.
I was gonna say I feel like it's classified as a world title. I feel like the main title of your show is your world title.
Yeah, well, it depends. So certain championships do not classify as world championships that are top titles. They don't count ECW as a world championship, which is.
Okay, I feel like you could potentially boil it down to like promotion. So.
But NWA world champion, 2-time. Yep. World heavyweight champion against Alberto Del Rio. Brady just won 2. No,
Ooh.
Johnny's pulling out that classic Johnny Gargano, kicking out of everyone's finish.
Yeah, Johnny resiliency.
That was
second one against Orton that was like the one final match storyline.
Yes. Yeah, because it was the he won the world title by getting kicked in the nuts, which is hilarious.
And then
Impact's world title.
See, and then
it's 2 world heavyweight, 2 NWA, and then 1 Impact. That's it. Okay, that makes sense. Oh, Brady might win by count out here. Up to a 5 count. Johnny. Oh, Brady
jumped in the pool to no water.
There we go. Oh, Jesus Christ.
No, I think so Edge is like a 6-time then, right?
I believe so. Edge is a 6 or 7 time.
7.
7. Yep. There we go.
4-time WWE, and then.
Oh, wait a minute. He's held the World Heavyweight Championship 7 times.
Oh.
WWE Championship 4 times.
Oh, so he's 11.
11-time world champion. That's still like
That's
5 ain't no slouch.
I mean,
but yeah, that's fair. That's a lot. It's a lot more than I thought he would have, to be honest with you. Oh, Brady back in the ring. It's gonna be interesting to see how this match.
Johnny gonna lure him in for one.
Oh, you got that. I love that slingshot spear. You thought he was going one final beat.
Yeah, I thought he was gonna lure him in. Ooh.
How do you feel about that as a finisher?
I don't like it as a finisher.
I think it's a good setup for a finisher. I think that the Gargano escape is a perfectly fine finisher, and I don't see why they had him change it. 2, kick out by Brady. This is a pretty good match between these two.
It is.
Next showcase for Johnny. It's his debut in the season. Devil Inside.
Did he not debut with DIY already? Or...
Nope, they weren't part of the Briscoe tournament.
Oh,
prime time driver.
Ooh. Ref getting into position.
1, 2, 3. Brady getting the win and becoming our first qualifier for Money in the Bank. Johnny out on the outside. Brady turning back. Oh, he's got other plans.
No, Brady's saying if you're gonna Do something. You got to do it yourself.
Oh, God.
And just goes to town on Johnny Gargano.
Going after the Dawkins ref. My God. And now we go to a women's qualifier. Big time. Becky Lynch.
Big time Bex.
And of course, our main event, we still got that TV title match coming up. That's going to be great. But Becky Lynch will be taking on Raquel Gonzalez.
How many defenses is Seth Rollins at?
I want to say he's at 4.
Oh, could be looking at Tad Brady.
Yeah, he could be. Let's see. Although technically he did lose one, but he did successfully defend it. So let's see. He won the title in week 1. He's defended it 4 times because of the pay-per-view. 4 times so far. What was Brady at? 5?
Yep.
So if Seth Rollins beats Damian Priest tonight, then he will tie Brady.
Seth Rollins beats Damian Priest. Judgment Day.
Judgment Day looking to come for all the gold here. Of course, it's Rodriguez now.
Yeah.
I don't know why I thought Gonzalez was the new one. Raquel's great.
Yeah, she seems like a really sweetheart.
Oh, yeah. Anytime I see, Rhea Ripley's the same way. Anytime I see them do, interviews, they seem super nice. Rhea Ripley, for, the WrestleMania interviews yesterday and, throughout the week, had a little action figure of custody of ladder match Dominic in her pocket. I thought that was the funniest thing.
I have to find that because I didn't see that. That's hilarious.
Yeah, it's, I could probably find a TikTok of it.
Ooh. Becky pulling at the arm, knowing she likes to go for that disarmer. Yeah, that mask was insane for Ray had for his Hall of Fame.
Yeah. Shit, the mask he had at Mania was pretty sick too. I really like that. Here you go.
I thought it was kind of Daredevil-ish.
Oh, nom. Yeah, so I guess Mattel made the figures that you build yourself, and if you bought all of the figures, each one had a little part, like the Legends, like the Marvel Legends. Each one had a little part, and it made custody of ladder match Dom. At one point, she bought all of them.
That must have been a lot.
I think it's usually 5 or 6 of them.
But still, for it to be that old, and that's probably really rare.
I don't know if it's an old one or if it's a thing that they're just made. I'm not sure. Because I've never seen it before.
I hadn't even heard I mean, I feel like that would have been something the IWC might have found hilarious.
Yeah, which makes you think maybe it's a newer thing.
I don't know. That made me think it's an older thing.
Who knows? Honestly. Oh, roll it.
Ooh. Going for the sneaky. Ooh. Dropping that elbow. Pinpoint precision.
$20.22. That's when it. So,
so it is new.
There's a version. It looks like Dom came out with this version of, or an action figure of Dom came out with this version of Ray. Oh, no. That's just the head.
Oh, Dom Mysterio from 2005. I like how they specify it's 2005 Dominic Mysterio.
Yeah, no. It's obviously 2022 Dom.
Who are the other Build-A-Figures in the set, though? Go look at the pack.
So you got to get Shawn Michaels, young Randy Orton, Sensational Sherry, and Rey Mysterio, and you can build 2005 Dominic Mysterio.
I love how I look at the Build-A-Figures, and none of the... I always look at the back of the Marvel ones, and I'm like, none of these characters fit. None of these
yeah, there's no consistency.
There's no consistency for that, or than the character that they're building. It's always just who...
Let's think of who else would make sense in a Dominic one. Eddie? So
Eddie.
Ray, Eddie, maybe Batista.
Batista would get Edge
Edge would be a good one. Yeah. There you go.
or Finn Balor. Like you could have made it. You could have made it Ray and the rest of the Judgment Day.
2022, they weren't. He wasn't with Judgment Day for most of 2022. I don't
Well then,
think.
yeah, Edge would have worked.
Didn't he join them Clash of the Castle? Wasn't that a little bit before SummerSlam? No, it was after SummerSlam.
Yeah, Clash of the Castle after something.
So there's your answer.
Oh, what if Drew comes out to? Speaking of going back to entrances, like we were talking about during the first match, what if Drew comes out to Broken Dreams?
I'd pop for it. I think if he was good, they had it. They played it at Clash.
Yeah, but it wasn't like his eye.
Yeah.
I think.
Chicana Bomb. It's Tejano Bomb now, right?
Tejano Bomb.
I think Chicana Bomb sounds better personally.
It does. The only reason they took it out is because apparently it sounds way too close to another like common Mexican like phrase that's not too
Not
nice.
so nice.
Yeah.
So I hear Tejano. I think. Did you watch Lucha Underground?
Lucha Under? No, not really. I was going back and watching it because it was on Tubi, but I
Keep watching. There's a wrestler named Tejana, It's Tejano. He's a AAA guy. That's who I think of whenever I hear Tejano Bomb. Becky with that STF.
also I like that they had Titus on commentary for the tag match.
He was really good. He was really good on commentary.
Titus is always a good time.
Yeah, that's fair. I gotta chuckle out of Bad Bunny being on Spanish commentary whenever they showed him. I was like, oh, he's involved in the match.
Yeah, I was like, oh, cool. No,
You know how much money they're gonna make off that Backlash pay-per-view? So fucking much. It's hosted by Bad Bunny.
it's hosted by Bad Bunny.
It's got the LWO.
It's in Puerto Rico. It's going to.
Becky with a. What's that? I can never think of a. Axe handle.
Oh,
That's it.
yeah. I think it might be. I wouldn't be surprised if it was Santos, Ray, and Bad Bunny versus Judgment Day.
I can see that. Fuck it. Give us Zelina versus Rhea in a separate match.
Yeah, for the SmackDown title, I'd take it.
My biggest concern is I feel like if you do that, I'm kind of concerned that they have Dom lose again, which it would feel weird if Balor's a part of the match. He needs to win. If
I
he
feel like
was fresh off of a win against Edge in Hell in a Cell, got to keep that momentum going, man.
But that's it. That's Balor winning against Edge. If Balor doesn't take the pin, like if Priest or somebody like takes the pin, it sucks that they lost, but it's not a loss on Balor because it's not a individual loss.
That or we end up getting Dom taking the pin a second time in a row, which I don't think I'm a big fan of that either. I was a little bummed that he lost last night, honestly. Like, I get it, but I was a little bummed he lost. I thought it was... I did laugh my ass off at him throwing the water in Aaliyah's face. And then fucking Michael Cole's like, how could you do that to your own sister? I was like, very easily. Michael Cole obviously does not have siblings.
Or him and his siblings just have a really good relationship.
Are you kidding me? I would throw my sister through a table, Brian Cage style, and think nothing of it.
I probably wouldn't throw my sister like that. Like she could probably catch a choke slam on an off day, but
oh, Raquel getting that work.
Becky Lynch going outside, following up.
Taking a oh, okay.
But who do you think Becky and Lita are gonna drop those titles to? Do you think it's gonna be Baszler and Rousey?
That's a tough one. I would go with Trish and somebody.
Trish,
because they're talking about turning Trish heel.
Yeah, I wouldn't go with Trish and anybody though, because then you still just keep the tag titles like caught up. I feel like if Trish goes heel, she should have like a
maybe cost them.
Yeah, cost them. She should do something solo.
She writes Lita off TV by just injuring Lita.
That's probably what'll happen.
And honestly, for Lita, probably the best. She just doesn't move well, man, which breaks my heart.
I mean, because she's been out of a lot of the women in WWE, she's been the most to come like back continuously.
Yeah.
And then also, like, I feel like through like she put her body through a lot because she was with the Hardys. So
Yeah.
sometimes they would just have her go through ladders, jump off ladders. It's just
Yeah.
like, you're not even in this match.
TLC 2000.
Yeah, so I feel like it's also, she put her body through a lot. Especially early on with Hoovy Tube.
Yeah.
Yeah, like when she was with the Juice.
Oh no. Who was she with in WWE before the Hardys? It wasn't Hoovy. Rio Essos.
Oh no, Rio.
Essos Rio.
S.A. Rio.
Yeah. That's. I was like, I couldn't remember his name
That's who she was with. Yeah.
because he was a nobody. But yeah.
S.A. Rios. Yeah.
Yes, that's who she was with in WWE. You said Hoovy. I was like, was she with Hoovy in WCW?
No, it's
Oh.
they look similar. Becky Lynch is went on and then qualifies for that women's Money in the Bank.
She does. And of course, we haven't discussed if we're gonna have 3 people from each and then do a unsigned talent for each show like we did
Season 1.
season 1. I moved towards that. I think that was a nice surprise. But let's get to
I'm
that
game for it.
that TV title match. There we go. The TV title match entering. Oh, Damian Priest swings are actually kind of cool.
Yeah. Have you never noticed the half and half?
I have not seen that. I like that. Trying to figure out what I'm gonna snack on during Mania tonight. You're talking about.
I got some wings at home.
I'm thinking getting some Emo's wings. Did you talk about how good that title looks?
Oh
Man,
yeah, the throwback.
I
throwback
love
tag
that.
titles are buttes.
Did you hear? They apparently have a new tag team championship belt and a new WWE championship that is like.
Oh yeah, it's
Ready
all
to debut.
it's all good to go. It's gotten all the approval green light checks that it's needed from upper management. So
Which world title are you thinking they're dropping? Universal or WWE?
Universal,
I think so too.
because the WWE, I was listening to a podcast the other day and they actually broke it down. I was like, actually, that makes a lot of sense. Like the Universal, I could see them just taking because it has the shorter lineage.
Yeah.
So I mean, it's easier to kind of transition from. But then also the WWE title, they use it in a lot of sporting events as like for branding.
Yeah. Well,
So a lot of like,
which they could do theoretically with the. Well,
but they do the side plates like they do. Like each team gets the
Well,
custom
that's what I'm saying.
side.
They
plates.
could do that theoretically with the Universal if they wanted to, but
But the traditional
it just
like
doesn't look as good.
Yeah,
That blue
it-
strap just doesn't look as good. Which hey, if you wanted to keep the Universal title, just change the design of the WWE and then just change the fucking Universal to a black strap.
but then it would look exactly like the WWE Championship. So it's just like that's why I say
It's weird.
because the Universal, like, in hindsight, I do like how when the Universal changed brands, it changed colors. I did
Yes.
think that was actually like a pretty cool concept.
Yeah, well, the blue looks so much better than the red.
I think the red with like if it was textured better, it was maybe a darker red, it would have looked better.
Yeah, well, that's
I
what
think
I mean.
it was just such
looked,
a bright.
It looks so silly.
Yeah.
With the current red. Oh, my mom's in
that
Mississippi.
TV championship. You know, I thought like in head, I was like, what would be a good TV title design?
What's that?
Is if it opened up like the Dreamgate title, like the Enter the Dreamgate
Yep.
title, like if it looked like a old like box TV that
Yeah.
has like the
Old
antennas on
TRTV.
it, and then it opens up, and that's where like the name is, like instead of like the nameplate, your name's just like inside the TV.
That'd be kind of cool. I'd like that.
Or it'd be really cool if they did it like Naomi's title, and it was just you remember those old belts in like the 2000s that had your name, like you could get like the digitized thing across. It'd be really cool if it was just like a screen that just like had their name like going on like its continuous loop,
Yep.
and like that's your TV champion, and it's just like the little like bar for the name. Oh, that'd be dope. Some
Trying to-
company should do that.
Trying
Tony
to think
Khan,
of all the matches tonight.
Tony Khan changed the TNT Championship. Do that.
You know what? Hot take. I think Gunther should get a special entrance.
He should.
Give him like a fucking cool.
He
It'd
should
be
get,
like a totalitarian entrance probably because of who he. Give him a tank. Fuck it. Miro failed. Give Gunther a tank. Have him retain.
No. He should come out like the general like of an army.
Oh, absolutely.
Like Kaiser and Vinci should come out basically in like suits like the head lieutenant.
They're like his lieutenants,
and then just kind of like
everybody standing in like
lined up
the
like
tracks, the Imperium tracks.
No, not the Imperial track. Like have them like in like all like kind of just like suits, just kind of like all like they're dressed like for like casual like combat, and then you have them all do like the Imperium like salute as soon as like his music like hits. I think they could have did better with Seth's entrance though. I like the guy coming out and like trying to like orchestrate like the crowd, and that's like
which they did. Fair, like to be fair,
which was cool, but I think it could have.
You know,
I think having Seth, you could have took like Shawn Michaels' Heaven to Hell entrance. Yeah. And you could have did it with Seth on like a podium, and I would say it would have just been better for Seth just to descend from a podium, just doing that.
That would have been sick.
And then like have the podium lined up so that way as he reaches like the floor, it's the burn it down, then he can just.
Did you see the TikTok WWE put out last night of Becky Lynch reacting to Rollins' entrance attire?
No, but I need to now because
I'll show you after this. It was cute. It was really cute.
It was hilarious because it was like it kind
of one of those. You see it, I go, oh, I'm gonna die alone.
I see, and it very much was like I was like, this is like very Jeff Jarrett-esque, and then it would just, and I was just like,
it was something. It was,
but that's the thing. Only Seth can do that. Only Seth. Can,
100%. Only
Seth can pull that off. And I feel like everybody in the back knows it, so they always go, what is Seth going to wear like this? Whoever is helping like put together like these outfits for him and is helping him like become like this drip god is
South of Heaven.
I think
it's just Rollins. I think it's his ideas.
I think it's his ideas, but I think there's somebody that
it's all Becky.
If it was Becky, I don't think she would have had that reaction.
We saw Big Time Bex.
Big Time Bex. I think I think he essentially has an idea. Like, I think Rollins has a concept for who his character is now, and he is just like this.
It's just
ego
him turned up to 11.
It's no, because I don't think because
have you seen the way he dresses outside of kayfabe now? Like, he'll go just like interview on like a podcast, which is usually out of kayfabe, and he's dressed.
I feel like that's just his thing now. I still feel like he does that because
he's become a legit drip god.
I feel like that's just because I feel like now he has it's kind of like his little bit of keeping kayfabe, because I feel like now if he doesn't show up outside like dressed, it's like it was like, oh, you're looking pretty, it's like
pretty dressed down, man. yeah.
Because I feel like he has the concept for his character, like he's really like the character he's doing now is really just kind of like a very like big shot, egotistical. He's very like bright and just kind of like he's like Tony Stark mixed with
Tyler Breeze was on WrestleMania, by the way.
What do you mean he was on?
He showed up on WrestleMania last night.
When?
The up down down segment.
Oh yeah. Before they.
Yeah.
That's who I was surprised. I thought that's who I thought was going to show up for the Miz.
That would be cool. Or just the Maximum Male Models. How is he not leading them right now? That's his fucking thing.
No, the Maximum Male Models.
Like, don't get me wrong, Maxine Dupree.
Maximum Male Models should go to NXT. I need to see a mini feud between them and Pretty Deadly. It's Pretty Deadly hosting Stand and Deliver. Hilarious. And I love the interview with Trick. Like, I'm talking. Said you guys double-breasted lips up. I can hear you.
This is a pretty good match between these two, man.
We didn't wrestle the alligator. We didn't wrestle Trick.
Oh, taking Rollins to the outside, following him up.
Also, WWE doing what I've been doing, putting that belt on Carmelo Hayes. Like,
yeah. I do find it crazy. Both of our world champions retained at Backlash, and that's pretty hype.
Who's your world champion?
Braun Breaker. He beat Gunther. Which is crazy, because Gunther's overall is really high in this game.
I thought you were meaning at Stand and like Deliver, and I was just like, what are you?
It is funny that our world champions faced each other, though. And yours had to, cheat to win.
I don't know what you mean. Ref didn't see anything.
I'll accept that. I'll accept that. I'm happy for Carmelo. I really am. I
That-
don't think that Braun Breaker should have like did the whole hold his hand up because he cheated. He did cheat. He fucking trick hit him with the belt in the back of the head.
But I think also Braun, like, I mean, it's a point where you could tell in that moment he knew, like, he's not gonna stay in NXT for them to run it back.
Yeah, that's fair.
Like, he's going. Plus, that crowd, like, that crowd is not with him like anymore. Like, that crowd was firmly behind like Melo. So I mean,
I will say too fair. I don't think they were necessarily against Breaker. I think they just were so for Melo.
yeah, but I mean, even when Breaker would try to like hype them up, like they gave him like no feet. South of Damian Priest, double champ Priest.
Wow. He's going to get a double champ entrance next week.
Double champ Damian.
I am in genuine.
Keeping Seth from breaking Brady's defense record.
Maybe Brady needs to join the Judgment Day.
No.
My God.
He takes Dom Mysterio's spot. Since Dom's on SmackDown now, Brady is the new Dom Mysterio of Judgment.
I am in true amazement. Thank you for watching. Tune in tomorrow for SmackDown, and it should be a great one.
Woo!